Hey guys, Greg here from WealthVine. In this video, we're going to talk about 5 things that I like about Robinhood and 5 things that I don't really like about Robinhood. Let's get going. All right, so let's dive right in. 5 things that I like about Robinhood app and the website. First is that it's relatively easy to get started. There's kind of a low barrier to entry where you simply download the app onto your phone or log in on their website and sign up for a free account. And then you can connect your bank account and transfer funds over and start investing, probably within a few days. So the barrier to entry is pretty low for most people. And so I really like that about it. Number 2 on my list is that it's easy to use. There's a little bit of kind of figuring out how to navigate, and I'm going to help you guys out with some videos that I create, or you can look for the link below in the description for the Robinhood course that I'm going to be releasing if you want kind of a full featured walkthrough of everything there is in Robinhood. But for the most part, it's really easy to use. The app is pretty straightforward. You kind of scroll up and down and there's some menu items on the bottom, but other than that, it's not too hard. Number 3 on my list of things I like about Robinhood are that there's a variety of options in one place, and no pun intended when I say options. So there's a variety of things that you can do. You can trade stocks and ETFs. You can trade options, and you can also buy some crypto. So you don't have to log into multiple platforms, using Coinbase or Binance for your crypto versus, Schwab or Fidelity or E-Trade for your stocks and options. You're not all over the map, especially if you're just getting started. It's kind of nice to just use one platform. And so you can do that with Robinhood where you've got everything in one place. So I really like that about Robinhood. Number 4 are something called watch lists. And I'm actually going to show you in the app real quick a couple of my watch lists just so you can see what this is and why I kind of like this feature. Okay, so let's log into my Robinhood account. And if I scroll down, you can see the stocks and cryptocurrencies, and then you see lists. And I've got different, watch lists here. I've got cryptos to watch. If I shrink that, it goes away, but here's Dogecoin, XMR, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. I've got these watch lists, so you can add these for stocks and for options, which I really kind of like, that you can keep tabs on things. Now, the one thing that is missing, and I'm hoping they'll add this soon, is alerts. It'd be really cool if you could add an alert to something in your watch list. Currently, you can add alerts to stocks that you own, and there's a limited number of alerts that you can add. But anyway, I think this is something they're going to continue to work on. But I like these little watch lists. I really don't have any other brokerage platforms that have this, other than, if I bookmark things or try and keep tabs on things elsewhere. So Robinhood makes it pretty easy. So number 5 on my list of things I like about Robinhood is that they're constantly making adjustments and making improvements. And every probably couple months or so, they're coming out with a new feature. They added options trading a year or so ago, or maybe a little more than that, actually. It's been a while. And they continue to add to that as far as what you can do with options. They added crypto. They're continuing to expand what coins you can buy with crypto. So it's not a stagnant platform by any means, and they're continuing to make adjustments and improvements. So that's the last thing I really like about Robinhood. Not that it's the last thing, but those are my top 5. So now let's talk about the top 5 things I don't really like about Robinhood, or wish they would make some improvements to. Number 1 on my list is it's too easy to get in and out of trades. And I know that was on my list of things I like about Robinhood, that it was easy to use, but in some cases it can be a detriment. And it's really for new investors that don't understand what they're doing. Robinhood makes it so easy to buy and sell stocks and options and even crypto that you don't always realize the ramifications of buying a stock one day and then selling it for maybe a profit a couple days later or a couple weeks later. There are some greater tax ramifications for doing that so quickly. And I have a whole nother video I'll put in the description below, a link to it, talking about this is the biggest detriment to a lot of new investors, is that they buy and sell things too quickly and they don't understand short-term versus long-term capital gains taxes. I'm not going to get into that right now, but just realize that you need to keep that in mind when you're trading, using a platform such as Robinhood. Number 2 on my list of things I don't really like is, or I think they're going to continue to make improvements upon, is that you still have a limited number of securities that you can trade. So not every stock is available to trade. There's obviously a lot of penny stocks. A lot of brokerage platforms don't have those on there because they don't want people messing with them. And then there's a limited number of ETFs or exchange traded funds available on Robinhood still. And then you don't have a full list of coins, as far as crypto that you can trade yet. But that's kind of true for all crypto platforms. Not every coin is available on every platform, but Robinhood just has a much smaller list than most others currently. So number 3 on my list of things I don't really like are something called IPO Alerts. And IPO stands for Initial Public Offering, if you don't know. And I want to show you this in the app because I have a perfect example of why I don't like the fact that Robinhood pushes these IPO alerts out to all of their users. So let's jump back over to the app. And I'm going to go down to the icon in the lower right, the messages icon, which is right here if you didn't see me tap on that. And I'm just going to scroll down to this Iris Energy. You can see, I'll put it towards the top, so that IREN. So it says Iris Energy plans to go public. So you get these IPO alerts, and I'm going to tap on Iris Energy, and I'm not going to read all this. I just want to skip through. I want to show you exactly why I don't like this feature. So Robinhood alerted you when Iris Energy was about to go public, and basically what they're trying to do is say, hey, this company's going public, maybe you should jump in and buy some stock. The issue with many IPOs, not all of them, is that traditionally, as soon as they launch and go public, their stock price goes down. Now, that's not always the case. It's not a blanket statement, but it happens frequently. You know, right now we're looking at a one-day chart. Let's go back to the whole year, and you'll see when Iris Energy went public, which is where the graph started, and look where the graph went as soon as they went public. It went straight down. So if you bought Iris Energy when they went public, your stock immediately dropped and it still has not recovered. So I do not like getting into IPOs unless you are a seasoned investor, you know what you're doing, you've done your research, and you're not going to run into issues like this. So I encourage any new investor on Robinhood to skip the IPO alerts and don't pay attention to them, or at least do your due diligence and your research before you buy something like that. Number 4 on my list of things I don't like about Robinhood, and that's the limited trading features. And there's a couple things that fall into this category. First is charting, and again, I'm going to jump back over to the app here. Let's pull up a stock here. Let's say we pull up Apple and tap on Apple, and you can see we have a very basic chart here. It says 1 day. We can go all the way out to 5 years if we want and look at the chart. We do have the option over here in the lower right to switch to a candlestick view. If you're not familiar with what that is, check out my Options 101 class course. It's free that you can get into, or my Stocks 101 course, which is coming out this summer, that'll teach you about candlesticks and how to read these and whatnot. So that's pretty much it if you're on the app. Now, we do have a little bit more information available if we're on the Robinhood website, which very few people actually use. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump over there and show you. So here we are on the Robinhood website. And again, we're gonna pull up Apple. We'll look at Apple's chart here. And we're gonna hit expand. I'll go back and show you guys that again. So over here in the lower right, you can hit expand and it brings the chart full screen. And here we've got a few different options. If you look here on the right side, you can change from line to candlestick again. And then if you click here on the left side, you've got add data. So we can add moving average, the EMA lines, relative strength. If you don't know what these are, this isn't really the video to talk about those. Just know there are some additional pieces of information that you can pull in when you're on the website, but you cannot get these when you're on the Robinhood app. I wish they would add that to the app. The other thing is there are a lot of more advanced features and studies that you can add in other platforms such as TD Ameritrade, TradeStation that I use frequently, or even my Schwab account. You can add different studies, but that again is for more advanced traders, especially when you're doing options trading. I utilize these quite a bit, and they just aren't available in Robinhood. You can't find them anywhere. And so as you become more advanced in your trading, you're probably going to want to move to a more full-featured brokerage platform. But I imagine Robinhood's going to continue to add to these, but just know that there are some limited pieces of information you can add, but you have to be on the website to do it. So number 5 on my list of things I don't really like about Robinhood, and this is a big one for me, is that there's no live chat support or a live trade desk. There are 2 ways of getting support with Robinhood. One is to email them, and hopefully within a few days you get a response. The other is you can do a callback where you can submit a support ticket and they promise to call you back within an hour. And I tested this out once to see how good they were. And I got somebody that was okay. They couldn't answer all my questions, but it's not a replacement for somebody that's at a live trading desk. If you're using a platform like Schwab or TD Ameritrade or Fidelity, I name all these big ones again, they typically have a live trade desk that you can call. This is especially important if you're trading options, because sometimes you can get kind of stuck in a trade or you're not quite sure how to get out of it or what to do. And you can call their 1-800 number, get a live person at their trade desk that's an actual trader that can help you out with whatever issue you're having. And you just don't have that with Robinhood. Their support staff is somewhat knowledgeable, but they're not as knowledgeable as somebody that would be at a live trade desk. So that's my video. 5 things I like about Robinhood, 5 things I don't like about Robinhood. I'd love for you to comment below. Let me know your thoughts on this. Things that you may like or don't like, things that you wish they would add. I would love to put together a list of features and then actually submit that to Robinhood. I don't know if they'll listen to us, but hey, we can try. So I hope you guys have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye.
Hey, Greg here from WealthVine. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and click that icon right in the middle and you can continue getting content like this. I'd also love it if you'd leave a comment below this video. I do my best to respond to all of them. And lastly, thanks for watching.